No. Reverb. Hello. Hi guys. Oh. Wow, Genshin. Wow. I just woke up a little bit ago. I not like for the first time today, but I did a I filmed an ad today. That I can't give you details on yet until it comes out, but it involved me trying a very 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 spicy hot sauce. Um the Apollo pepper, if you know what, if you're interested in spices, but it just knocked me right out. So that was fun. Hey. Yeah, it was like, dude, I need to get a new microns. Thing is dookie. I know, Genshin. I literally installed the update today. And just did the one chip challenge. Oh wow. Same brain. Same brain. Are there any gifts you'd want for Conquest? I love handmade stuff. I love letters. I also really, 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 really like Philippine dried mangoes. I love art. I can't really think of a gift that I wouldn't like. Whatever. Anything that you want to give is very sweet. So they can't handle spice well. I can't either. So I'm playing for my Spotify. Would you guys want to see this song on screen? Because for some reason the Nightbot is wrong. That's not what's playing. That's not right. Neither of those are right, actually. Because I recently got a plugin for it. Hold on. Don't worry about this. I just need to grab something from the scene. Copy. Don't worry about this. This was from earlier today. Where? Oh. It's not working. Oh. What is happening? That's not it either. Okay, well, let me try that one more time. Spotify. There it is. Okay. There you go. Now you can see what's playing. Side dish chime again. Can you see? Oh no, you can't. I have my poster. Up on screen. And I'm wearing my own poster. I'm just my biggest fan today. But I got everything basically ready to go for merch for Conquest. I'll probably be posting an official tweet with all the details tomorrow or the next day. How are you guys doing? Are you liking the new patch? Can't wait to cop some merch. I can't wait to put merch in your hands. I literally installed the update today. So yeah. You loved Kave's hangout. What are we doing today? I don't know. Maybe the event? Or start the TCG event? I have no clue. Maybe I'll do a 10 poll, see if I get Kirara. Kirara. I do. I'm definitely interested in the Yoimiya quest. You can't hear alerts? Hey. Hey. They're not even in the right place. Cool. One moment, please. Paid alert box. Okay. Okay. Can you hear anything? Can you hear music? Yeah. Okay. OBS system. Oh, yeah, that's my fault. That's my fault. Sorry. I'll replay them while I launch Genshin.
Alerts mod check.
Sorry about that. Thank you, everyone who subbed. Karisti, Yoiverse,
Whoopee.
Myth, Nala, Rukon for the 4 months, Theo, Raven for the 100 bits,
16 months.
Song,
wow.
thank you for the 2 months.
Here's to more cozy vibes in Dish Wiggle.
We're gonna be super cozy today because I'm kind of sleep.
I never
Active,
know
thank you for
what
the Prime.
to say in these kek. Currently thinking of what to pose at RM and GM Dish kek.
Active, thank you for the 13 months. Aiden, thank you for the Prime. That's it. That's it. Yomiya's cutscene felt like I should have paid for the game. It's okay. We others have paid it for you. Others have paid it for you.
Finally, the Genshin streamer return Peepo blush comfy.
Hee
Yay.
Oh. Genshin, please give us a black screen. Do what Sorrel did.
:D.
So easy. So easy. Just invert the colors. It's an ungodly hour, but I'm here for Genshin crumbs. Man, I've had very little interest in playing Genshin.
/J.
Kirara. What does she do? She's pretty cute. I won't lie. She's pretty cute, I won't lie. I haven't been doing dailies. I haven't even been logging in to claim my welcome. That's how bad it is. Not the game. That's how bad the situation is. She's an Uber. She do be cute. Yeah, cat girl cute. I know. Starrel has had all my attention. Actually, that's not true. In the gaming front, Starrel has most of my attention, but convention prep has like most of my attention. You don't like the TCG event, but I'm doing it for Kai. Yeah, that's gonna be me for sure. I do kind of, depending on how long I play Genshin, I might do Jedi Survivor tonight. I was hoping I'd be able to finish it before Conquest, but I don't think that's gonna be the case. Yeah. Getting all the new cards in TCG gonna be lurking. Have fun. Have fun. There's a dream I had you would love to have too. Oh, I've been having dreams as well. I've been dreaming. And oh boy, have they been sweet dreams. A callback to dreams that I had a couple months ago. Just better, more vivid. Crazy dreams. Will we be doing viewer summons again? I haven't done viewer summons in a very long time. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, wow. Hello. Tignati. The real question is, will I ever play, will I ever play, will I ever play Kingdom Hearts again? Oh, you know what? I actually kind of want Cockroach Verity for Lisa. I don't have any mail, do I? Oh. Wait, was that about... When was the last time I streamed Genshin?
Simply be quantified in monetary terms.
Was it Kave Summons? Have I even streamed Genshin once? Might even not have been. I kind of do want... Hold on 1 second. Something is weird. Hmm. One second, sorry. Huh. Okay. Once there was a glorious kingdom. Honestly, I did say at one point that I wanted Cockro's Verity for Lisa. When does this reset? 6 days? Should I see what happens? Ah, my whale powers, I forgot all about it. Uh-huh. I forgot what it was like to wish freely.
Art Fluffy says hi MSH, I hope you're having a good day today, less than 3 cat hug.
I feel nothing. I do feel something actually. Ah, I just spilled my tea. No. I'm a mess today. Come on. Wouldn't it be funny? Don't you want me back, Genshin? Oh. Not bad enough. Gadgets page. Quick swap. Ooh. Hey, oh my gosh. It's a quality of life upgrade. That's very, it's very PogChamp. Gadgets. NRE. This makes them actually useful. Like for stuff like this, the feather fan, I never use it because it's just too hard. It's too like, it's like a waste of time to switch to it, to access it. This is so nice. Oh my gosh. So artifact loadouts next. You know what we want. Hold to quick swap. Yes. Thank you so much. It's about freaking time. Why can't we add Lilapar? Maybe because she's specific to this. Oh, I forgot I meant to add this to this screen. Make it small. Since none of my none of my commands will give you the correct answer. Menu, thank you for the 6 months. Ellie, thank you for the 8 months. Carissy, thank you for the 8 months. Hey, Yunjin, let's go. Love to see it. Aye. What is she using? Ugh. Didn't put her in Favonius. That was disrespectful.
Everybody stand back. Let me weave you a verse. Strike is one. Time for a light show.
Low-key, she's barely doing more than my Yoimiya.
Let's light it up. Witness the power of your grand finale fire hazard.
I feel like my Yoimiya does exactly the same numbers at level 13. $80, 0, 8. Must be Yunjin diff then. It's something diff. I barely even have 5 stars. Lost my 50-50 to C2 Mona. I'm really sorry. Wait. Think I can get Kirara like this? Just real quick. Okay, Genshin. All right. Credit where credit's due. Thank you for my cat girl. Wow, all right. I forgot where all the buttons are. Wow, she wants me back. What's her element again? Dendro.
Thank you for choosing Komania Express.
First Inazuma Dendro character. Rapid strikes. AoE Dendro damage. Application. Shield. Oh, is she a shielder? Primarily. How you guys building her at the moment? I can't believe she's a sword. She does give off catalyst energy, I will say. She's cute. Full HP. HP, interesting. You want to borrow this? But Miss Wow, it's so nice to actually have characters. Actually have artifacts. On Star Isle I have like 4 or 5 star artifacts. Kirara DPS real. How do we still not have a 4-star HP sword? Yeah, we don't, do we? I was just thinking. There's like I thought HP and like nothing came to mind. There's a 3-star one, right? No? Maybe not? No? Hello, Harbinger of Dawns. Why? Weird. Future Fontaine craftable. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm playing for my own playlist right now. How about what artifact sets are you guys using on her? Dendro or HP? Tenacity? Or isn't there another HP set now that I forgot about? Nymph's Dream? No. 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 All from Layla? Just steal from Layla. I think I have stolen from her already. Is she just like a Dendro Layla? Just hybrid DPS? Burst DPS? I might have already taken everything from except I can't see her anywhere. Where's Rick? No, where's Layla? A cry. Oh. You know what? I think she might be using a two-piece because I didn't have enough HP stuff for her. Sick piece. Wow. She's Sayu with a shield. How come you don't stream Genshin as much anymore? Starro. Well, the last 3, in my opinion, the last 2, arguably 3 Genshin patches have been pretty dry. Aside from quests and stuff, there have been a couple good quests. But I'd say overall, Genshin is just kind of on the back burner for me. Like I don't want to force myself to play Genshin when I don't want to. So, oh yeah, I have Layla in 2-piece cryo because of this piece. a very weird godly piece that I have. No. I don't actually know if I have like any HP anything for her. Let's see what is here. Dendro. I guess I could give her 2-piece Dendro for now. Oh. Honestly, a good excuse to farm tenacity. Niluset? Yeah, I just don't really feel, I don't know. My heart's just not in it right now, but it doesn't really bother me. 2-piece Deepwood. Okay. I use Yaoyao. Baiju I'm like not really using, so I'll just yoink from him. Please tell me you're using a Dendro. Dendro. You're not. He's not. It's fine, I'll just raise one, right? Right? HP, I would assume HP, ER, and then whatever else you can... Ooh. Oh my gosh, I haven't raised this yet? Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I think it will ebb and flow. Like, not to get all...
3 months, wowie. Mistish, thank you for being an awesome streamer.
Thank you,
Keep it up
Maury.
less than
Thank
3.
you. Thank you. Many things for the 6 months. Yeah. Not to get all obnoxious. Okay. And philosophical. But people just like crave newness. Especially when... Holy moly. Especially, when the previous thing that we were interested in gets kind of dry, so I don't think it's something to think too hard on. It's temporary. Unless Genshin really throws with Fontaine, which I don't think they will. Alright, well, there you go. I think it's gonna be... I think they're gonna do well with Fontaine. If how they handled Sumeru is any indicator, I don't think we have anything to worry about. Oh, thank...
Ooh, I can feel my yokai powers growing.
Wow. Oh my gosh, I have... Oh, I have 2. Okay, well, I can get her high enough so she won't die.
Teehee.
Sumeru was insane. Like... Sumeru... Just... I think all the regions have their, like, specialties. I honestly, although I think a lot of the Inazuma, at least the Archon quests were kind of... whatever. I think it had its moments, and I think it's a very beautiful region, in my opinion, so...
Hello from France Dish. Happy to finally able to
Alright,
stream
she's
your
playable.
stream. Love you, fair skin.
Huh? Fair skin. Why did Brian say it like that? Fair skin. Matt, thank you for the 5 months. That's so funny. Fair skin. Stay. Okay. I don't want to use full companionship team. I can't bear it.
Wait for my signal.
Dendro. Electro, Dendro. Perfect. Synergy goes crazy. Yeah. I think Inazuma, I don't know. It was special. Each region has its own special flavor, I think, so. But I think story-wise, Sumeru... Oh, I should put her in here first. Sumeru really, like,
If you ever
took the cake for me. So I don't think after all that they're gonna be messing around, you know, with Fontaine. I'm sure it's gonna be great. Inazuma will forever be my favorite. I mean, some of the music in Inazuma, it just like it sings in my heart.
This realm is
Mondstadt, I think, is what I will always be partial to Mondstadt. But ebb and flow, baby. Nothing to worry about. Oh my gosh, this quit Genshin. The Genshin killer is Hoyoverse themselves. No. A lot of Sumeru music is just like a fairy tale.
if you ever have it.
Yeah. It would take a lot for me to completely stop playing Genshin. Like, it would take a very long dry spell.
Right, and Liu was so beautiful, it will always be my favorite.
I know, I could honestly... Each region has something that could, in the right circumstances, make me say it's my favorite region. Stupid. Really lost my train of thought. Must have not been that important. First Kaya, now Genshin. Dish, you've changed. Dish, you are not the same. You used to play fake. I went to like scoop my chair back. So I pushed my foot forward and I was like gonna push against the wall to like push myself back. And I pushed and I felt like a lump. I felt like a lump. I didn't push very hard. It was like just like a kind of abrupt nudge. Kaveh, shush. It was just kind of like a rough nudge. I looked under and Murdoch he's looking at me, but he was asleep in the corner of my desk. Oh, I'm sorry. He's already benching in. I fully nudged him with my foot. Oh, I feel so guilty. Oh my gosh, it's my favorite time of the month. Unlock Gnostic Hymn Day. TCG. Repose couch. That's pretty cute. What if I just got Gnostic? No, what am I saying? I stay collecting the Battle Pass cards, even if they're ugly. PayPal. Don't read my glasses. No pawn this month. That's true. Wow, Genshin makes me feel so wealthy. Not just like... Makes you feel...
Arataki gang stirs up any trouble, I'll drag every last one of
like
them back
account
to
wealth, you know what I'm saying? Cannot be... Sorry, what? Did you just say I can't claim my primos? Can only be used in own world. It makes perfect sense. Let me out! You're in your teapot? That's why I know I'm in my teapot. That's weird. I know. It's a reason, but it's not a good one. Hi, cat girl. Hey, you know what? That's pretty cute. And that's pretty awesome. Oh my gosh, how far did she go? Are you kidding me? Yeah. Wow. You know, for not being a DPS, her Her attacks are pretty nice. They feel nice. She doesn't use stamina. Try jumping. Wow. Hold to quick swap. Okay, I don't want a quick swap. Okay. Oh, jump as a cat. I like that it's just the same two noises over and over. Where's that from? Holy. Oh my. Okay. All right. Maybe I should uncap my resin. I don't believe she uses stamina in cat box form. It's pretty cool. Meow. She do be meowing, you know. It's so silly. It's whimsical.
3 months.
Hello? Peak character design. Who, I mean, how would you want anything else? I actually want to look at her design a little bit more. Her hair is interesting. It's like flat in like squarish tufts. And we've got interesting. Okay, so her tail is real, right? We've determined that her tail is in fact real. Her feet are real. Her paws, those are real. Those are not boots. Her feet, her ears are not real. These are decorative. Probably homage to her full, you know, yokai self. But she's got normal, like, human ears. Her eyes are so cute. Oh, and she's got the little, like... her lips have got the little... Doo -doo. Yeah. She's pretty cute, I won't lie. Pretty cute. Yeah. Look at her hands. She has claws. Whoa. She's got a... What kind of nail is that? Not coffin, but... Oh, she's got a tattoo. Cute. Very delicate tattoo. Stiletto. Almond? Looks like stiletto to me. Not that I know anything about nails. Deciding if I want to get like a manicure before Conquest, but I'm scared of getting... I don't want her to be pressured into doing like acrylics.
I think I like Inazuma the most because over all the island have very different feels and distinctions, whereas other regions start feeling same after some point.
Really? You feel like Inazuma is the most distinct? Oh, because of the islands. Oh, interesting. As far as like how you traverse the areas. Oh, her energy recharge seems to be pretty good. Ah! Whoa.
Come at me.
Gatos. What are those guys? What do those guys do? Side clear. Scanning. Yeah, ER. She seems to... Well, what's her energy cost? $60. It seems... Well, I guess I shouldn't... This team's not really good representation. I got 3 dendros.
I'm glad you're back less than 3.
Oh. Well, I wasn't ever gonna, like, leave Genshin, you know.
Remember, Health comes first.
Just a new patch, you know? Ah.
Come at me.
Yeah. Where?
Express delivery.
It kind of reminds me of
The doctor will see.
Miss what the heck is her name? Miss you know, Yanfi. Miss Guru. Yes. Miss Ito. Miss Hina. Although, you know what? Kirara and Miss Hina's outfits are not that different. Have you ever seen them in the same room? Because I haven't. Oh, just keep that in mind. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Need to go on Miss Hina. I am not opposed. Need to run. So what's new this patch? We've got... You know what? These wings actually kind of make sense for her, to be honest. Dare I say it. The default wings don't look half bad. Yeah, I'm making Miss Goro be Miss Hina so sinister when Kirara's right there. That's true. Yeah, I should get the Dendro wings today. I still don't have them. Kave Hangout, Yoimiya's second quest, and a lot of TCG. Alright. Well, I don't anticipate I'll be streaming a ton of Genshin this patch. Just fair warning. I'll probably be streaming more Star Rail and more I'll probably take the opportunity to do a lot of variety stuff. Ay. Yeah, if there's not anything anything that I really want to do, and I'm not gonna force myself, but it'll come back around. I heard, I didn't realize this.
Hands getting wedged into my paw pads. Feels kind of weird.
That you don't have to have played Breath of the Wild to play Tears of the Kingdom. So I'm kind of down to play Tears of the Kingdom. Like, I didn't realize it was like you could play it as a standalone game. So I'm kind of down to play it. How am I feeling about Kaya? Good, as always. And not special, of course. Because why would it be, right? Nothing at all. Yeah, apparently you can start the second one from scratch. Like, it's like you don't need to have played Breath of the Wild to understand Tears of the Kingdom. It would be my first Zelda game. My YouTube video. Genshin player plays Breath of the Wild. I mean, plays Tears of the Kingdom. You know, I'd be tempted to make jokes like, wow, they must have... Nintendo totally copied Genshin with these. Look, it looks exactly the same. And I feel like I could say that with the most sarcasm ever, and people would still get mad. Happy to oblige.
Mind the side effects.
I will never forget. Bong. 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 People calling Genshin Breath of the Waifus when it first came out. That was everyone's stream title, Breath of the Waifus. Good times. What are you doing? Whoa, 11K? You know what? Okay, Kirana, I see you.
Feast your eyes.
Come at me.
I need Hydro characters.
Our bond is strong.
I'm actually so excited for more variety with Hydro characters. Like I'm ready for the Xingqiu Renaissance to be over. It's been almost 3 years. We need someone who can be Xingqiu better than Xingqiu.
Remember,
Even Yelan is not, but it's not. It cannot replace Xingqiu universally. And Genshin feels so autopilot. I'm like in my own world right now. Hydra Archon Brage. If she's not an Archon, I mean, if she's not.
what lovely weather. Which reminds me, we just received
A Claymore? I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Don't worry.
It's gotta be, right? He? She? I don't actually know.
Come on, let's go. Add Astra.
Give me my stuff, Catherine.
Thank you for complete.
Give me my crap, Catherine. Thank you.
Add Astra.
She. Hydro Claymore Shield. Ooh. I can rock with that. I heard that Baiju's banner was the worst banner in sales of all time. Of all Genshin banners. Is it true? I didn't look at the numbers. Third worst? So, are the first and second worst, are those like rerun banners? Like, I'm talking about first run. First time a character's run. Everyone spent their money on Jingyan instead, probably.
Dear diary.
Topk is very fun and can be standalone since they explain a lot of the previous game, but
Oh,
I recommend
nice.
watching a short story recap of Bot if you don't want to be confused at all.
Okay,
Imdish Wiggle.
I can do that. One of the worst. Has anyone gotten their Genshin Prime wings? I have not. No. Has the final drop ended? It has, right? Oh, yeah. TCG. I'm a TCG gamer. Ow. Ow. Loud. What is that ping for? Oh. I hate that they do this. Stop. Okay. What should I spend my precious resin on? My little resin. Maybe I can work on raising Baiju. Since... Oh, wait. Kirara uses this as well? The Iniquitous Baptist stuff? Huh. Wonder why. You're not even from here. Max volume for song. This one. Why are you trying to break the vase? Starrel, dude. Starrel. Starrel reflexes. That's true, but she's not from Sumer either. He's just Dendro. Shrug. I've been ninding older characters since I haven't been pulling for them. I won't be pulling for the next few. It's smart. The Baptist ain't even Dendro. That's true. He's just like a catch-all. We've got a new character. We don't want to put... We can't have these players farming the same boss 80 times for different characters, so we'll just put them... We'll just give him the Baptist. So, are those the elements that it's gonna be? Is it always the same? Guess. Geo officially has the least characters. Surely, new Gendro reaction between Geo and Hydro. Tsunami. Tsunami wreckage. Ocean floor. Corrosion. Mud. Yes, moss rock. Yahoo. How do you even reach them all? I don't think I've ever actually broken all of them. What? You come back? What the heck? Why is he immune? Ow, 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 ow. Oh my gosh. You are annoying. Is it achievement if you defeat him without breaking the shield? That sounds awful. That sounds so annoying. Absolutely not. What about weapons? But there's a weapon I could work on. I could raise another Favonius, since God knows I'm gonna need another one. You always need another one. I could with Joe Blade. Kirara's just borrowing it. The drop ends on the 31st. As long as you claim the last of the 4 drops. Hopefully it won't take that long. I hope not. My good friend Celia Garden. Isn't Celia Garden the first domain that we unlock? What is this team? Sun. What is this team? Whatever, I like it. It's not Sunfire. It's definitely not Sunfire. It's something. Celia, you're breaking my heart. Hi, Chocobo. Hi, Nala. The new bow. What new bow? There's a new bow? Oh, is this a slowing water domain? I hate all of you.
One with nature.
2 years.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you break. Almost done, and then you. Oh my gosh. Freeze.
What's the hurry?
No, all of you together. Aye. Domain stinks. Stop. The event bow.
Hope everyone have a great day.
Okay.
Party Parrot.
Tris, thank you for the 6 months. Is there a quest correlated with the TCG event? No revival items. Good job. Skill issue. Team issue, probably. I feel like Yanfei or something is like the way to go for a catalyst. Is the move. Or I could just go Dendro. What if I just do a full Dendro team? And just Hyper Bloom. Or just Bloom everyone. Tea cake. Revive her though. Bum bum bum. Gendro does shred Hydro. It does. It really does. What if we just go... We'll just be obnoxious. Ready?
Need a hand?
Yes.
What they do this time?
This team clears easily. GN. Seeing as you're a fan of Kave and Kaito, if you're interested, I highly recommend a team with both of them, plus Baiju and Shincho Yelan. Interesting. What is that? Is that Hyper Fridge? Ow. Or no, that's just Fridge. Shatter Bloom. The Shatter Bloom team. My goodness. When will it end? How many teams will we have? Hi, Murdy. We put Murdoch on Cat CBD. And he's been very chill. The last like 24 hours. A little sleepier, but very more content. Shatter. Oh my gosh, good night.
Watch and learn.
Step into my office. Oh, I couldn't even do it in time.
Make yourselves a home.
Wow, Hydro actually is the weakest to Dendro. Like, Hydro shields are destroyed by Dendro. No, but thank you for the raid. Welcome, guys. Hello. The song must be so happy and sad at the same time. Yeah. Yep. Me too. Welcome, guys. Hey. I don't know how to build my Tignati. Depends on how you're building him. If you're using him for Hyper Bloom or for... I typically run him with, forgot everything. I forgot everything. Dendron Electro, whatever the frick that team is. I use 4-piece Wanderers. It's a pretty strong 4-piece bonus. But the build itself is pretty simple. Like, it's nothing, well, like, it's pretty straightforward crit. Hopefully you have some good pieces in Wanderers from playing over time. But yeah, that's my build. I have him on Skyward. There's plenty of options for that too, though. Amos Bow. Could you? Oh, I guess you could use Amos Bow. It never crossed my mind, but Amos Bow can work as well. But the attack percent is not as big a deal. It's not as huge a deal. You just want to prioritize charge attack damage. Viridescent could work as well. It's kind of a weird one, but crit, elemental mastery. If you happen to have the wind bloom mode, could also use that. Options, baby. Do you make YouTube shorts? I do. New event bow. No love for Fischl's bow. I haven't really paid attention. I don't even know what Fischl's bow does. Slingshot is really good. There you go. Aggravate. Thanks. Thanks. Thank you. Dude, let me not waste my skills. Let me just use Nita. Bloom! Bloom, loser!
Stand with me.
Breaking new ground. Huh. Huh. Tuh. 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 Yeah. Tay.
I love Dendro! Lord of Dendros getting bullied. Free Nilu. Nari rerun? Rerun? Nari rerun? Nari weapon rerun. Someday. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be another Eula situation where we're waiting more than a year. More than a year to get a rerun of Hunter's Path. Unlucky. Smoge. How is my skill not reset? What the? Ah!
Our bond is strong.
Slowing water. Persists, I suppose. Okay, business. Thank you again for the raid. I hope you had a nice stream. I see Murdoch in the background. Did he leave? Oh, it's their dinner time actually. Let me ask. Mm-hmm. They should. I would love. Yeah, I feel like the ideal situation is for them to put the Hunter's Path on the weapon or on the You don't want to mess with me. To put it on the standard, but I don't think they will. I don't think they can. I don't think you can put a weapon, anything that's been advertised as a limited item, as a non-limited item. She was good. Good. We can't say rerun as one word. Oh, I think I added that as a block term to stop people from spoiling stuff. I could probably delete it. My Shenhe build? Sure. You know, I should have said no. For some reason, I pulled 2 of these in one 10 pull, so that's why I have that. Noblesse. Attack everywhere. Attack here, attack there, attack everywhere. 8, 9. Crit rate's kind of low. I mean, I guess she doesn't really need a crit, but C1. Oh yeah. I keep forgetting that my Shenhe is like weirdly whaley. She's from my whale era. Struggling to build Kave even with guides. Any advice or recommendations? Well, let me see if I'm capable of speaking on these things. It definitely depends on how you're playing him. If you're building him for bloom or for hyper bloom. I feel like you could make him work pretty well at a low, with a variety of different builds. Mine's still, I want to put him in a 4-piece flop or Fopple for Dendro or for Bloom, but I haven't quite got there yet. But yeah, I mean, he needs elemental mastery for basically for Bloom. If you're playing him with Hydro only, he will not crit, so don't worry about crit. You basically just need elemental mastery and like energy recharge because you want to use his ult as much as possible. If you're building him for like Aggravate or Hyper Bloom, does Hyper Bloom crit? It does, right? It definitely does, right? Okay, I can't remember suddenly. She remembered my Fopple. Yeah. Yes, it does. Okay. Ugh. Then you can worry about. Then you can do crit. And same for Aggravate. Aggravate which is just Dendro and Electro. And then I guess you could do like Pyro if needed for if you want like Bennett or something, but then you would build him pretty similar to just like a standard DPS, but he's definitely designed for Bloom because he wants to set off Bloom cores. Him and Nilu perform a very similar function, just hers is Hydro and he's Dendro. Yeah, just team comp. If you're going Bloom, just aim to have as much Bloom or as much Hydro and as much Dendro application as possible, and let him be the one to like explode the cores. I don't understand why people hate C6 Bennett so much. If you want to play reactions, wouldn't you be using normal attacks? So I think the reason that people the reason people don't like C6 Bennett, it is flashbacks to, I'll tell you exactly why. It's because of Eula. Eula is the reason that people strongly warned against activating Bennett C6, because she is a physical DPS, which could benefit from the attack increase that you get from Bennett's ult. But if you have him C6, it turns her physical auto attacks into Pyro. So that was when it basically the narrative from that point was C6 Bennett is not future proof. Which was true at the time, based on what the information we had, that was true.
Hey Dish, happy 10 months. Nothing new, but I recently started a medication for my ADHD and it has helped me a lot.
I'm
I
jealous.
hope you are doing well also, Dish love.
Thank you for the 10 months. Congrats. I'm glad that that's working out for you. But so what happened instead, from that point on, Genshin programmed and designed their characters with elemental auto attacks that could not be overridden. Like Ayato, it's not technically his normal attack, but I can't remember whose it's in. This, I think in Raiden's it says that the Electro cannot be overridden. It's basically like, I can't remember where it is or who was the next character to do this, but basically from that point on, they designed characters that their elements, if they can like infuse elements into their autos, it can't be changed. Oh, shall. Overriding. I'll hate them. Yeah, so basically they started designing characters that were compatible with Bennett. So Bennett wasn't able to mess it up. Xiao Ito. Yeah, they should have made it so Eula's autos could not be overridden. Maybe, but at that point, maybe she would just be too strong. I don't know. But yeah, as of right now, my opinion is that Bennett C6 will benefit you more than harm you. in like 99% of cases. I didn't C6 my Bennett because I played Kaya and I wanted to play him physical, not pyro. So I didn't C6 my Bennett for a long time. Basically until I perfected and I finished building my physical Kaya, I didn't use... I had him with Bennett on my team. And I didn't C6. Who does it buff? The C6? Anyone, basically. Anyone who uses a sword or claymore and you would want to apply pyro damage. Yes. Basically anyone it would apply to. So I mean, you could kind of pyro DPSs would be the obvious answer. But then like my Kaya, I currently have him built for melt. So I'm happy that he can deal stronger pyro attacks in between his like skill and his ult. So overall it nets higher damage. Yeah. Basically anyone. Except Catalyst and bow users. Pause. Sword, claymore, and polearm wielding characters inside Fantastic Void's radius get a 15% power damage bonus. But so yeah, it's pyro. Yeah, those weapons: polearm, claymore, sword.
Ow.
Yeah. 15% pyro damage works. Does it? Is that how it works? Because it says sword, claymore, and polearm wielding characters inside of his ult gain a 15% pyro damage bonus, and their weapons are infused with pyro. The way that's worded sounds like it wouldn't work for anything other than sword, claymore, and polearm. It does work. They just wrote it wrong. Why wouldn't they fix it? Arrgh. Freaking Genshin. Fix your stuff. Madge. Oh, dang it. I thought that was going to be in the radius. No. I can't switch characters. You freaking. It's because she's short, isn't it? Like now I can use Kazuha to get some extra extra pyro bonks on him.
Let's light it up. Your grand finale.
Nice. 1.1 character doesn't need to be addressed. They don't get infused, but they still get a damage bonus. All right. Whatever you say. Whatever you say, Hovers. Okay. What shall we do this evening, guys? We've got the TCG event, which is a quest and has Kai in it, and Kirara, and lots of fun characters. So that does interest me. We've got the Kave Hangout, and we've got Yoimiya's story quest. I feel like I don't have the stamina to do Yoimiya's quest because I will want to take notes and stuff. Which, by the way, the Baiju story quest video has been on the back burner because I've been my brain hasn't been focusing on Genshin, but it is coming. I'll have it out. I'll have it out before this patch is over. Kave Hangout. I've only done like 2 hangouts. Newest desert quest has more Conraya lore. Newest desert quest. Maybe Kingdom Hearts later? Nah, not tonight. I haven't touched Kingdom Hearts in a while, sadly. Oh, the Pari quest. Ah, yes. The Pari quest. Go to Mondstadt. The Kvarena of Good and Evil. Lots to do. Do you agree that level 80 is enough for most characters and most worth it? Yes, I do believe that. That being said, I have a lot of 90 characters, but I think for some characters it's worth it. Like Bennett is a good candidate for 90 because his buffing scales with his base attack, and the only way to really raise that is to give him a weapon with a high base attack and to raise him up. Kazuha is another example for a good level 90. But in general, because like the investment requirement for levels 1 through 60 is low versus 80 to 90 is just like massive, and it's just like diminishing returns. Especially if you're a new player and haven't been playing for a long time and don't have just like a lots of resources. 80 is usually enough for most characters. And then you know, do what you please and level 90 your faves. But yeah, you definitely don't need a level 90 everyone. Especially not supports. Supports, like, especially characters that aren't going to be on the field the entire time. Those are probably of the lowest importance. This is my first time on your stream. Welcome, Sandwich. When are you playing Honkai Star Rail? For once, I'm not playing Star Rail on stream. Well, I think we'll do this. Because I do kind of want to... I want to do the quest part. Especially since we're starting in Mondstadt, you know? I love Mondstadt. I don't like Star Rail. It's okay. I know a lot of people don't. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Kaya Fizz. Smile. Event. Quest. Sino is... I love that Sino's in another quest.
This will be interesting.
Yeah. Hotel. Don't have Kokomi. So go hotel. Seno. 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 I will say it has been a huge relief to have something
Ready to do my utmost.
that I'm very interested in that's not Genshin. Like it's in the same, you know, universe. Who else is in this? Kirara. Perfect. It's been a relief to not have to start with Genshin every stream. Like viewership is lower for Star Rail, which is totally understandable. Oh. Ow. Hello? Zansky, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Thank you so much. Pull for Kirara.
Thank you for choosing Komani Express.
Done it already. Done. Yes, it's a breath of fresh air. I did 6 wishes and I got Kirara. Thank you so much for the 1,000 bits, Zansky. Hope you're having a good night. Draka, thank you for those 10 months. Luna, thank you for the prime. I think I'm late on that. So, Kirara, this is Mondstadt. It's raining right now, which I'm sorry about. Oh. Excuse me, in-game music. We do in-game music for quests, always. Oh my gosh, it cleared. Wow, you bring the nice weather with you, man.
always wanted to give you something since few years ago, but now I'm a pilot, I can afford it.
Oh my gosh, congrats. Thank you so much. A few years ago, my goodness. Thank you so much, Sansky. Congrats on that. Wow, okay, so Kirara can steamroll Timmy's pigeons. Stealthily. Did you hear the sound? Well, it's very cat-like of her. Very cat-like. I feel like it should be daytime though. Morning, wake up. Make away pigeons. Good morning, Bonstadt.
What a disaster! I didn't even make it through the qualifiers. How'd you do?
Madam Dish, happy to be here every now and then. Kek, although I only tune in seldom cause of job ascension on becoming a licensed accountant. I look forward to Dish pull sessions. Lol, happy to be here.
You're an accountant. Wow, how funny. Or you're on your way to becoming an accountant. I don't know why I was not expecting that. Mojo, thank you for the 2 years. And Zansky, thank you for the tier 1. Wow, 2 years. That's Pog.
I didn't do any better. I was beaten by that little Timmy kid. I've only ever seen him out there feeding pigeons. No clue how he got to be such a good card player.
The next round's starting soon, right? Let's head over and watch the matches. I'm curious to see who'll win the grand prize.
Did you hear that? A grand prize! Sounds like they were talking about a card competition. They must be talking about Genius Invocation TCG.
No way!
But let's go ask Diona for details.
What? A suspect Genesis. I'm a cat girl too. I'm a cat girl too. Oh my gosh.
Wait, what? Am I seeing double?
Oh.
Do you have 2 tails?
Your eyes are working just fine. Yes, I have 2 tails. You want to pet them?
Wow, does it hurt when your tail splits into 2? Which one did you grow first? Oh, and what do you do when they start moving around while you're asleep?
Oh, well,
sorry if those were tricky questions. I've just never seen anyone with 2 tails before. Who's Diona chatting with? From her outfit,
Gatos meeting.
Probably from Inazuma.
oh, don't worry, kid. I'm sure you'll be growing a couple of tails of your own in no time.
Huh? You think I could grow 2 tails as well?
Sure, you're a yokai too, right? Your yokai power must be really strong if you can already take on human form. I was just climbing a tree one day when another tail popped out. Just like that. People started calling me, Nekomata, I think?
Yokai? Nekomata? No. You got it all wrong. My ears and tail are part of my cat's line bloodline.
Cat's line. Bloodline.
So you're not a Mondstadt yokai?
Mondstadt doesn't have anything like yokai. Is this your first time here?
Yep. Fortunately for me, the company I work for has been expanding. So I'm now getting the opportunity to travel to cities all over Teyvat. Oh, it's been such a pleasure chatting with you that I almost lost track of time. I'd better get going or I'll be late for my next customer. Diona of the Quetzline clan, your pickup is complete. Thank you for choosing Komania Express.
Great. Feel free to come hang out anytime.
First time Diona isn't arrogant. Yeah, she's actually being nice.
Do yokai have tails in Inazuma?
She has paws. So cute. Corpa. Bye, Kirara. 2 cats talking. Haven't played Genshin in a long time. Wasn't even aware of new possible updates. I've seen some of your shorts on YouTube. Decided to follow. Thank you for the follow. Nozomi. Hope you are having a good Good time zone.
Oh, Traveler and Paimon! Hey, what brings you back to Mondstadt? Well, we figured it's been a while since we visited the Cat's so we thought we'd come and say hi. Oh, and by the way, who was that just now? Oh, she's a courier from Komani Express. They're an international delivery service operating out of Inazuma. Huh? Is the Cat's doing international business now? No. A customer left some goods with us and arranged for Komani Express to pick them up. That's all. I didn't mind. You've been to Inazuma, right? Did you, see lots of yokai like her there?
You saw some with wings on their back and others with fox ears. True.
This is actually the first time we've ever seen one with 2 tails.
Powerless, thank you for the Prime sub.
Do you want to and next still go show them love?
Thank you for the 500, Zansky.
Whoa! I'd love to go see for myself one day. Anyway, what were you two here for again? Did you need— Oh,
Oops.
yeah! Paimon almost forgot. Do you know anything about a Genius Invocation TCG tournament? Apparently there's prizes and stuff. A tournament? Oh, you must mean the one being organized by the Adventurers Guild. It's a pretty big event. They even had posters imported from Inazuma. But I'm busy with things here, so I didn't sign up. I don't know all the details. Maybe try asking my boss. Got it. Well, with any luck, we'll win some more, and then we'll treat you to some yummy food. Huh, what do you mean, luck? I'm the one who taught you how to play, after all.
Right. I forgot.
Like it. Okay, you two should probably get going now. Head to the Fountain Plaza. My boss usually takes a walk around there at this time of day. All right, we'll go there right away.
Meow. Like it.
Hey, Margaret. We thought we might find you here.
Oh, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon. It's been a while, hasn't it? Let me guess. Back to play some cards?
Unfortunately.
It's not like we only ever come back to Mondstadt to play cards.
Oh, really? I just assumed you were here to take part in the King of Invocations Grand Prix.
King of
Is that how you
Invocations
say
Grand Prix?
that word?
Oh,
Pre?
that must be the Adventurers Guild one that Diona mentioned.
Pre.
Mm-hmm, that's the one. Genius Invocation TCG has been attracting more and more players
That was just
lately.
pricks.
The Adventurers Guild
But now,
arranged for
saying
venues
that
in
out
every
loud, I
city
realize
to hold
it's
a
a bad
regional
word.
tournament for the King of Invocations Grand Prix. The rewards are quite substantial. Mondstadt is already at the final stage, so I'm afraid you might be a little too late to get that prize.
Really?
Oops.
Oh, darn. We already promised Diona we'd treat her to some food with the Muro we won.
It sounded
It's
fine in my
alright.
head.
There's bound to be a next time. This card game came out of nowhere and has already taken the world by storm. Who knows where it'll go next?
Has it?
The game's creators must be ecstatic with all this success, don't you think? It's unbelievably popular.
Yeah, and it only gets more fun the more people there are to play it with.
Is this just an ad for TCG? We can't believe how popular TCG is across the world. It's sweeping the nations. Don't you love the game? Don't you are missing out. It's more fun if all of us play together. Basically. Yeah. I really want to play now. I want to win the tournament.
Well, you may have
Kaya's
missed the boat on
birthday
the
letter.
official event, but there's also an unofficial tourney organized by some players. Would that interest you at all?
Unofficial tourney?
That's right. With all the excitement surrounding the main tournament, players can hardly contain their enthusiasm. So they've set up an unofficial tourney aimed at a larger player base.
Oh my gosh.
You can sign up at any time and play however many matches you want. They even have pre-built decks for players to use. Oh, and the rewards are pretty generous too.
That's what I'm talking about.
Paimon likes the
Rewards.
sound of this. Thanks for the info.
You're welcome. There are plenty. Right. If there's nothing else you need.
I do like TCG.
Paimon still thinks that with your abilities, winning the grand prize in the official tournament would have been as easy as pie. Just imagine it. Honorary Knight defeats foes and emerges
Hey.
as tournament champion. The headline practically writes itself.
cool boots.
Or do you two have some breaking news to share with me?
Wow! Who are you? And why the heck are you eavesdropping on us?
Oh, sorry. Force of habit. I tend to keep my ears peeled at all times. Didn't even realize
Cute.
I was
She's
listening
journalist?
in. Let me introduce myself. I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird from Fontaine.
I
I've
love
been
it.
posted here to cover the King of Invocations Grand Prix.
Grand Prix. I like it.
The Steambird?
Sounds familiar.
The Steambird is a major news outlet headquartered in Fontaine and widely
Surely.
acclaimed all over Teyvat. We even have regular columnists based right here in Mondstadt.
Ooh, okay. Paimon's name is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. What was that you were saying about some breaking news?
Next slide, please.
Looks like I've managed to pique your interest. Well, the truth is that my keen reporting senses are telling me that this competition will be chock full of huge news stories.
How do the monocles
Huge
stay on
news
people's
stories.
faces?
You sure your senses are reliable?
That is a good question.
Absolutely. After all,
Wow.
I've seen it with my own eyes. There's a criminal who's been slinking around the competition venue, and his name is the Card Snatcher.
I don't think they are meant to.
Snatcher?
Glue.
He stole his opponent's cards when they weren't looking. I was about to try and chase him down, but the next moment, he disappeared into thin air.
But why would someone want to steal other people's cards?
Maybe to gain an edge? Throw off competitors?
Whatever the truth of the matter, it's my job as a journalist to dig up all the gory details and turn them into my very own exclusive news piece. So, what do you think? Want to join me in my quest to uncover the sensational story that's hiding behind the scenes?
That does sound interesting. But why us? Any reason you singled us out in particular?
Are you kidding me? It's
Sure.
a no-brainer, considering you're the
Yeah, do I get
honorary knight
paid?
who saved Mondstadt, the hero of Liyue who fought alongside the Adepti, a key player in the repealing of Inazuma's Sakoku decree, and the redeemer of the Sumeru Academia.
Okay,
Yeah, you
okay,
tell him.
Point taken. Yeah, it seems like we've ended up making quite a big name for ourselves, huh?
She did her homework.
Yeah, kinda scary. Does she research all her new friends before meeting them for the first time?
I do love the name
I
Charlotte.
promise you, teaming up with me will be a great move for you. For starters, when my exclusive news article is published, you'll be credited as contributors. Not to mention that being in a news agency makes me pretty well connected. That'll come in real handy if you're ever traveling in Fontaine. And if you ever wanted
I
to
hope
run an ad
so.
in the paper one day, no problem. I could make that happen.
That actually sounds genuinely useful. What do you think, Traveler?
Of course. What else am I here for?
Great! Then welcome to the news crew. Ah, I've heard that the Traveler always lends a helping hand, so it's nice to know that you live up to your reputation. But even nicer to experience it for myself.
Yep.
Now then, before we start
Do we get
investigating our
royalties,
card
Charlotte?
snatcher,
Good question.
I have one other small task to take care of first. That Mondstadt columnist who I mentioned earlier is a longtime favorite of the Steambird's readership.
Columnist.
Management thought that a cash bonus was in order, so I brought it along with me.
Who?
Oh, so we're gonna go meet them now?
Yep, I have the address right here. We just need to make a slight detour to drop off the Mora, then we'll be on our way. I thought you would have figured out who it is I'm talking about by now. From what I've heard, you're quite well acquainted.
Oh, it's someone we know? That doesn't narrow it down much. We know lots of people in Mondstadt. Never mind. Just lead the way, Charlotte.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. I mean, I do, but I don't. Oh,
Who could it be?
surely not Kaya.
One of your rich friends, I'd assume.
Rich
After all, you gotta be
friends?
pretty well off to live in the city, right?
That still doesn't really narrow
Maybe
it
it's an
down.
NPC?
We know lots of people with lots of Mora.
What?
Wow, I guess being a national hero earns you friends in high places.
Mona? Did we just pull up to Mona's place?
Here we are. Wait here a moment. I'll go hand over the cash.
Not looking at chat. Don't tell me. No, that's not Mona's house. Or maybe it is.
Oh, so it's...
It is Mona.
Who is it?
Can I help you?
Oh.
Oh, Traveler and Paimon, what brings you here? And I'm sorry, I don't believe we've... You must be Mona Magistus, the astrologist. It's an honor to finally meet you. I'm Charlotte, a reporter from the Steambird. Your columns have been so well received by our readers lately that our management
Mona's
asked me to
not
present
poor.
you with this cash bonus.
Oh, she's writing a column.
Name and title right on her first try. She really does do her homework.
Yeah, Mona's got money.
Ah,
She
you
just
must
splurges
be
it.
Charlotte, welcome. Please, just call me Mona. Gosh, this is a long way to come from Fontaine. I hope it wasn't too much trouble. No
Wonder how
trouble
much
at
the
all.
cash
It
bonus
on the
was.
way. Wow, sounds like your articles are a real hit with readers all over Tibet, Mona.
Actual real astrology. Like Mona's astrology notes actually mean something.
Have I never told you? Well, I've been writing my column, All Things Astrological, for the Steambird for a long time now. The chief editor wrote to me a while ago about the bonus. Thank goodness it's finally here. I was wondering when it would arrive.
I'm Mona.
Thank you, Charlotte. Huh, you make it sound like you really needed this. Are you pressed for money, Mona?
It's rude.
What? No, of course not. It's just that once I knew the bonus was coming, I reallocated some funds that I'd previously set aside for daily necessities and purchased some expensive equipment. That's
Sounds like fob.
Classic Mona. Aha!
I had to buy a new telescope.
Renowned astrologist, broken starving. Do the stars really have all the answers? The article practically writes itself.
Bruh.
Oh, I beg your pardon? Mona's actually super rich. It's just that astrology research is really expensive.
Mona would be making real bank. Yeah, right.
Super rich is a bit of a stretch. Anyway, enough about that. What brings you back to Mondstadt this time, Traveler and Paimon? Originally, we just came to catch up with a friend of ours. But some things have come up, and now we're helping Charlotte investigate the case of the Card Snatcher. Speaking of which, will you be competing in the King of Invocations Grand Prix? Where it is that the prizes are pretty stellar. I'm much too busy with my research these days to dedicate time to a competition.
Yeah, she makes a lot of money.
Even if I did enter,
She spends
there's
it
no guarantee
recklessly.
I'd actually win a prize, is there?
She's not very good at managing her money.
Isn't there? I'd have thought you'd be certain to win with astrology on your side. You'd know all of your opponent's cards ahead of time.
What? She wouldn't use that.
What do you take me for? No self-respecting astrologist would dream of abusing their beloved art for such crude purposes. Besides, it wouldn't be fair to the other contestants. Well said. Spoken like an accomplished academic and a conscientious citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, obviously. Anyway, if past precedent is anything to go by, you're the ones who ought to be wary of what's around the corner. Especially if you're chasing after this card snatcher, was it? Sounds like bad news. Shall I take a glance at what you're up against? Thanks for the offer, but there's no need. Relying on your astrological skills for all the juicy details would make this story a Mona exclusive. But that's not quite the kind of exclusive report I'm going for here. But don't you worry. They call it investigative journalism for a reason. We journos have our ways.
I'm glad Charlotte speaks quickly and doesn't take long pauses. Nothing makes me rage more than excessively long pauses. Not in real life. In real life, it's fine. Because in real life, people are thinking. But prolonged pauses in lines that I've already read, like I already know what the next words are, I can't stand it.
All right, well, best of luck with your investigation then. Thanks again for bringing the bonus, Charlotte. Do give my regards to the chief editor.
Take care of yourself, Mona.
I will, and yes, we should. I'll hold you to that.
What gets you to dislike?
I think it's about time we started heading to the
I
competition
don't really dislike
venue.
anyone.
The Mondstadt Regional Final should be starting shortly. All right.
Right?
Paimon can't
Do I
wait to
dislike
find
anyone?
out who the finalists are.
Diona's dad. That's about it. I really like Layla's, like, her sleepwalker voice. Like, when she started speaking, like, when her sleepwalking version of herself started talking, I was so happy. Talk to Kaya! I mean, talk to Kaya. What?
Wow. So this is the venue, huh? Seems pretty lively here.
There he is. My fave.
Well, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon, what a rare surprise. Did you really come all this way just to watch Timmy and me in the final?
Timmy!
Kaya? You made it to the finals? Wait, what about your work with the Knights of Favonius? You better not be slacking off again.
What, the cavalry captain with no cavalry?
Hey, come on now. That's no way to talk to a friend. Naturally, I wouldn't have considered entering the competition were I not already on top of my work. Enjoying a drink while playing a few rounds of cards. I can't think of a better way to relax outside of work. Can you? Oh, just be sure not to tell Diona I said that.
Well, since you're in the competition, have you noticed anything suspicious going on so far? You know, like people stealing other players' cards and that kind of thing.
Stealing cards, you say? I'm afraid I haven't seen anything of that sort. Not while I've been playing, anyway. Why do you ask?
Well, we just ran into this journalist from Fontaine and she... Huh?
Timmy.
Where'd Charlotte go? She was right here, wasn't she?
Is it just me or does his voice sound less breathy? I think you're right. Actually, I think you're right. I wasn't paying attention too hard. But I feel like, yeah, I think you're right. I think he started off with like a strong voice and then later on it got really breathy, like super, super breathy. And it's kind of middled out a little bit. So maybe his voice actor's name is Josie, right? Maybe he heard me. Maybe he saw me say it. Imagine.
Oh, I bet she snuck out to go find some tasty snacks for herself.
Journalist from Fontaine. Oh, you mean the one from the Steambird. I do recall seeing a Steambird reporter listed in the Knights of Favonius visitor log.
Yeah. No, you're right. It does. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. That was actually... I don't know if I ever, like, posted that anywhere, though. I think I put it in a video, and it's unlikely. Either way, I'm happy.
Yeah, that'd be her. She said that she saw a card snatcher at the tournament venue, so we're helping her investigate.
Hey, we got runners.
A card snatcher? How very interesting. But one question, Paimon. Are you sure that cards are really what this snatcher is after?
Huh? What makes you say that?
Hello, everyone! Your attention, please! The final is about to begin. Now, let's give a warm welcome to our 2 contestants.
Guess we'll have to leave it there. Let's continue this conversation another time.
Give it your best. Good luck, Kaya. They're snatching hearts.
Thanks, Traveler.
Go get him, Kaya. We'll see you in a bit.
You're so smart, Kaya. Hey, they're selling books. Hey, there's a claimable item over there.
So, Traveler, who do you think is gonna win?
I think Kaya will win.
Yeah, Kaya's
Always
quite the
support him.
crafty one. He must have some tricks up his sleeve. Either way, whoever wins is bound to make headlines. Wait, speaking of headlines, isn't that Charlotte's job?
I wonder why this looks so, cloudy. Like, it's not normally like that. Or it's only in specific circumstances. Like, she's shining like the sun right now. Maybe it's the lighting?
She got caught up trying out all the delicious Mondstadt
She's so
snacks.
bright.
Let's
I
go
guess
look
it's the
for her.
lighting, but...
Love you, Miss Dish.
Nighttime light?
Sparkling heart.
I don't know. Wow. There they are. So funny.
I'm bringing my A game today, and I'm gonna win this thing.
Everyone's quite fired up. Whew. It's even making me a little nervous.
I do love that they're just sitting there. No movement. Yaw. No, I can't read their minds with Nahida. I wish.
You just disappeared without saying anything.
Oh, I just didn't want to bother you while you were catching up with
It's
your
the
friend.
nighttime lighting, I think.
But Kaya's one of the finalists. Don't you want to interview him or something? You did say you were supposed to be covering the competition.
I could churn out that kind of soft news piece in 5 minutes if I had to. Personally, I'm more interested in those two. From the moment things kicked off, they've been acting very strangely, like they're trying to stay out of sight. I'm sure they must be plotting
That's like a
something.
drug deal.
You mean there are 2 card snatchers?
Shh! Keep your voice down!
A
I don't want to
twist.
scare them off. We need to
What's
wait
he
until we
wrestling
got
with?
something concrete. Then we can use my camera to catch them in the act. Huh? Wait! Where'd the other guy go?
He's on the run!
After him!
He's on the run. Walking at an extremely normal pace.
Huh? You seem like you've done this before.
He's running!
People often.
He's run. Oh, that's not him. He's running.
He's heading toward Mondstadt's
Loudly.
side gate. Let's follow him, but quietly. We mustn't let him spot us.
I mustn't let him spot us. Meow. This doesn't look suspicious, does it? Just a delivery cat. Gotcha.
Now he's heading away from the city. How long are we gonna follow him for? At this rate, we're gonna miss Kaya and Timmy's match.
It's unacceptable. I'm going back to the match. Meow. Meow. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Cat girl. Meow. Oh, I did forget the book. You're right. I'll go back for it.
Oh, there. Looks like he stopped. Let's sit tight and see what happens.
Why'd he come all the way out here? Is he gonna hide something? And now he's crouching down with his hands above his head. Wait! Treasure hoarders! He's in trouble!
Oh. Loan sharks?
Quick! We need to rescue him!
Surely.
Help! Someone save me!
Oh wow, sick team I have here.
The treasure hoarders doing some work in the city!
It's alright, Kaya solo. Actually, just kidding. Huta melt. Boom!
Are you alright?
Oh my gosh, Kaya's ult!
Oh, thank goodness. I thought it was all over for me.
Oh, he's purple
Those treasure
eyes.
hoarders, did you know them? It sure looked like they were here just for you.
Why would I know them? I was just out for a walk, minding my own business, and then the next thing I knew, I was surrounded.
Wake up.
Oh, really? Then why did they target you? It wouldn't be because of some dubious deal you were involved in at the tournament, would it?
Huh?
Oh.
Deal? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's a shame. You see, I'm a journalist, and I just happened to snap a picture of you and one other individual in the middle of a deal back at the tournament.
Got him.
I was only going to ask you for an interview, but that was before you caused all this trouble. And now you're feigning ignorance of the deal in question. Maybe I'm just wasting my time. Shall I just cut my losses and hand over the evidence to the Knights of Favonius?
Whoa! No, please. I'll talk. But you gotta believe me, there's nothing shady going on, I swear.
Wow. That was some serious bluffing on Charlotte's part. She didn't take any pictures at all.
Back at the tournament, I was approached by some random guy who
Sneaky.
said that he wanted to buy a card back off me. I said, okay, how much are you offering? And when he told me the amount, oh, my jaw practically hit the floor.
Really? What kind of card back was it?
Nothing special. I just picked it up at the general goods store. It had a treasure chest design on it. I only bought it because it was dirt cheap. This guy offered me 3 times what I paid for it and handed me the Mora right then and there. I could hardly believe my luck, so I decided to head somewhere less crowded and check the Mora was real. That's when I ran into the treasure hoarders.
Did you ask him why he wanted to purchase this item from you?
No, I didn't. Genius Invocation TCG has been getting pretty popular lately, and some people will pay good Mora to make their decks look flashy. It didn't strike me as that unusual. But after I gave him the card back, he let out a sigh of relief and said something about, that's all the Mondstadt ones. Next stop, Liyue, or something like that.
Or something like that.
Oh,
he
Adrian.
either said that or he didn't. How certain are you?
Oh,
I'm
Adrian.
positive.
What have you
I
done?
know what I heard. Once the card was in his hands, he suddenly relaxed like a huge burden had been taken off his shoulders. It was genuine relief. Could that card back really be as valuable as he thought?
Was it Sino
That
just
I don't
collecting
know,
stuff?
But in the interests of your personal safety, I suggest you report all of this to the Knights of Favonius. After all, you weren't doing anything against the law, were you?
Right. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'll go speak to the Knights of Favonius right away.
By Adrian.
It sounds like that guy's just collecting rare card backs. Are you sure this is the person you're after, Charlotte?
I really like Charlotte's
It
hair.
definitely doesn't add up. You really think someone out there is going from nation to nation, shelling out huge sums of money for a few card backs bought from a
Yes.
grocery store?
Yes.
My gut tells me that there's more to this story than the card back alone. This entire situation reeks of exclusive news.
Maybe there's real treasure involved. Maybe it was just designed by a famous artist.
Oh, you mean someone like Albedo?
Possible.
That would explain why only some people understand the true value. Who knows? But wherever this leads, we're definitely onto something. Even though I didn't manage to get a good look at his face, his physique and the way he moved were identical to the card snatcher I saw last time. I'm sure it's the same guy. He was much more discreet this time, though. I guess he didn't want to risk trying anything with so many potential witnesses around. From the sounds of it, we need to head to Liyue next, right? Paimon can't wait! But shouldn't we check in with Kaya before we leave?
Yes. Good idea,
Paimon at
Paimon.
least wants to find out who won the final. Good idea. Let's go.
Yes. Great idea. Great idea. Even a broken clock is correct twice a day.
I hereby declare the winner of the Mondstadt Regional Final of the King
Ah!
of Invocations Grand Prix
Aw.
is Timmy!
Wow, Timmy won! That's amazing!
No! I bet Kai lost to him on purpose.
I was beaten by the best. Timmy's a tough opponent. He had me on the back foot the entire time.
There's always next time. At least you were gracious in defeat.
It's
Stop
all
the
right.
count.
You don't need to comfort me. This must be the journalist from Fontaine you mentioned earlier. Charlotte, was it? Enchanté. I'm Kaya, cavalry captain of the Knights of Favonius. I trust you're enjoying your time in Mondstadt.
This
pleasure
guy.
is all mine.
This guy.
Mondstadt's reputation as the city of song and freedom is truly deserved. The mood here is simply delightful.
It is Charlotte.
I'm glad you're liking it. Oh, by the way, I couldn't help but notice you all rushing towards the city's side gate earlier. Did you find something? I couldn't get it off my mind, even during the competition.
Hi, Zeal. The French people in chat are screaming right now.
I see.
Le Kaya.
So, it seems we have an answer to Kaya's question from earlier. What the card snatcher's really after is these card backs. But we still haven't figured out why he cares so much about them.
Well, while I'd love to accompany you all to Liyue Harbor, I'm afraid I still have my Knights of Favonius duties to attend to.
Of
In
course
fact,
you do.
our top priority right now is strengthening Mondstadt's defenses. Treasure hoarder activity has been increasingly rampant lately.
Don't worry, we'll keep you in the loop if we find anything. In fact, if Charlotte's journalistic instinct is on point, you'll probably be reading her exclusive report in the Steambird before long.
Lumi, thanks for the Prime sub.
Wonderful.
Friends representation is
I
so
look forward to
strong
reading
this
all
week.
about it.
Thanks for supporting quality journalism. Okay, let's take tonight off and head to Liyue Harbor tomorrow. It'll give me a chance to write down everything that's happened today.
Oh, Paimon wanted to ask. See the two people on this poster? Are they the inventors of Genius Invocation TCG? They look so young.
Maybe, but very little is known about either of them. Whether they've been living under a rock this whole time or just aren't interested in fame, I don't know. But hardly anybody has ever seen them.
The poster's probably just an artist's impression to capture the
does
general look and
enchanté
feel of the
mean?
duo. Beyond that, I doubt it's very true to life.
Like, nice to meet you,
Sounds
I
like
think.
they're a couple of socially reclusive scholars.
Think.
If Paimon were in their shoes, she'd be showing up to all the events,
I don't
signing
know.
autographs, selling cards, and probably getting
Happy to meet you.
complimentary food and drink.
I approve.
Or a pleasure.
And to top it off, you could play a few rounds of Genius Invocation with everyone.
I was reading
Yes,
up on the
that's
game's
what I
inventors
thought it
before I
was.
came to Mondstadt. I was originally hoping to arrange an interview with them.
Bird.
I soon discovered that there's no mention anywhere of where they live or of any Genius Invocation events that they've attended. It's as if they've designed the game and then never played it again.
What a mysterious couple of designers.
Either they don't want to play the game, or they're
You're
unable
enchanted to meet them.
But they
Yes,
must have their
exactly.
reasons.
Charming.
I wonder if they'll show up at all during the King of Invocation's Grand Prix.
It's like saying charmed. Oh, charming to meet you. Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Where is the French
If
viewer
you
when we
get
needed
lucky.
them? I know.
And based on my experience, the Traveler seems to have no shortage of that.
Thanks. Yeah, where are our two French viewers?
Oh, really? Well, that gives me one less thing to worry about.
Hearing that puts you at ease puts me at ease.
Anyway, our focus is still on tracking down the
Salud.
card snatcher. I heard Snezhnaya has an old saying. If you try chasing two rabbits at once, you'll only end up empty-handed.
Well, the
True.
Traveler and Paimon could always split up and chase one rabbit each. Oh, okay. Now Paimon's feeling hungry. We can worry about all this later. Right now, it's time to get some grub.
You can always trust Paimon to know where life's priorities lie. If it's food you're after, I recommend taking a look at the nearby stalls.
Whoa, look at the giant die over there.
The tournament has brought quite a crowd,
It's cool.
so there's a lot of fun to be had around the venue.
Sounds great.
Like
Thanks,
mini,
Kaya.
like mini games. I do want to get that book though. Where's Kaya? Whoa, whoa. Wow. Wow. Oh, okay. Hold on. That's a lot of things at once. Ah. Hello.
Hey there. Something else you wanted to discuss?
Yes. Yes.
The game's really caught on lately. It's a part of everyday life now. Everywhere you go, you see people playing it.
How much are they paying you to say this?
In fact, some people have even given up drinking in order to keep a clear head during the game. I'm sure Diona will be happy to hear that.
How the nice Vivoti's holding it?
Don't worry, everyone's just fine.
Hashtag sponsored.
I actually managed to convince Jean to join me for a game, but we only got part of the way through before she was called away. I ended up having to finish the match for the two of us. What can you do? Everyone has to put their work first. But, seeing how successful the tournament has turned out and how much fun everyone's had, I'm hoping that she at least has one less thing to worry about.
Oh.
Sure. We should have a game of Genius Invocation TCG when you get the chance.
It's also it feels a little funny that they always say it completely. Like they always say Genius Invocation TCG. Realistically, I feel like people would like there would be like slang versions of it. Like I don't know, just TCG, play cards or play GI, Genius eye. Like, it feels, to me, it kind of feels so, like, forced because they're spelling it out completely the entire time. Hey, where's those books that I saw? Maybe I'm in the wrong, oh. King of Invocations. A light novel. Should I read it? Story time? GI, Genshin Impact. I know. No, I know. I know that I'm sure Holyverse wants them to say it, but it would feel a lot more realistic if they shortened it sometimes. Here, I'll read it for you because I know none of you are going to read it on your own time. King of Invocations. Ere the end of a duel across a multitude of worlds, upon the domes of many a sky, the supreme rite unfolded in the most unexpected way. My apologies, friend, but a grand finale, or so they say, almost always ends this way. The other duelist descended on the stairs of arcane rites, removing the crocodile mask and revealing the Prussian green complexion beneath, his features equally somber. Abu froze at the sight while drawing the cards out of the casket of tomes. Voice your grievances, vent your fury, insult me with your bitter sarcasm, so thought the one who had just taken off his mask. But the young man just went on to take out the cards before placing them gently on the table. Then he said, if all finales shall end thusly, I will gladly have this, for I've always wanted to duel with you. Boss, will Abu win? One of the sailors asked as the stench of dried fish permeated the ocean breeze. The unfettering figure sitting amongst them was none other than Duba, the Lord of the Seven Seas, who claimed such ownership through the rite of duels. The man raised his goblet against the chill moon, blue light dancing on it. Should he lose, I will twist off his head as promised. Oh, but it's a pity that the wine from such a new vessel definitely won't taste as good. Look at what he just rolled. Well, seems that Lady Luck shines the other way. Honestly, why didn't he use the trick I told him? But no cheating can pass unnoticed in the room of duels. It's more practical to have a few cards for dice conversion in your deck, said the little kitsune as she approached with a tray of dishes. This is exactly why Abu didn't want to learn the trick. It's also why you ended up working here, a far cry from when you were the owner of the collector's parlor. Yes. Sui? This is fish soup for table 17. Remember to serve it before it gets cold. Fine, I got it, replied the young girl as she rose from the table. But her eyes were still focused on the figure cast in the sky. Not working. I can't get it connected. The dark-haired girl hid her face within the hood, electric arcs dancing around her fingers. Yet one by one, the dice hovered around her, broken and shattered, as if being worn by something. The room of duels is, well, it's just like another sacred realm. Still not giving up, are we? Forget about it already. Given how even the Crocodile King failed to escape from that place, I'd be shocked if you could succeed. Nimu. I'd rather put faith in that lad. It's a long shot, though, commented the knightly king of duels, Ariatos. It seems that the knight could care less about the possible death of his friend, who had helped the knight restore his homeland. But how could I not feel a bit jealous, Abu, when your rival is the Crocodile King? It would be a good ending if the young man turned the tables miraculously. The game was already decided in the last round. Even the Lord of Combat, the one who had been sealed here by the Abyss King for craving a grander war and attempting to erase the walls of the worlds, should be abandoned by combat itself. As in all Underdark stories, the young man Abu claimed victory. Name your wish, said the Crocodile King, trying to hide the fact that his body was beyond repair, on the verge of death. Abu tilted his head, watched as the king's body gradually crumbled into ashes. Though you live off war, not one day have you stopped quenching its flame, said the young man. He lowered his head. This would be too boring, said Abu. The world would be so boring without you. To me, you won't understand. Oh, by the way, it just occurred to me that I don't know your name yet. The Crocodile King saw an unfamiliar, dangerous smile forming on the young man's lips. That day, various worlds bore witness to the young man's wish. Let the walls shatter, and the war between worlds begin. I want the river of blood to stain the earth crimson, and the mountain of bones to pierce through the sky. Thus shall the Lord of Duels endure. I feel like I comprehended about 20% of that. First time watching you live? Welcome to stream, Akashic the Timekeeper. Okay. And this has been story time with Dish, where she provides no analysis and no thoughts because she doesn't have any.
City on the Lake teams with talent in TCG tournament as young prodigy best Favonian cavalry captain. This title saves face for the Knights, but lacks a little oomph. Top strategic mind of the Knights of Favonius outsmarted by Bridge Boy in 5-round failure. Captain's championship hopes crushed in dazzling Dark Horse defeat? Maybe I should stick with my first draft.
First draft's usually the best. All right, what do we got here? What do we got here? Tour of Worlds. Okay, it's a quest. Freedom from monsters seems to have something to tell you. Are they all quests? Oh, I like this one. Yes, I like this game. What a surprise! Oh, we've met him before, right? Yeah, he was the first time we did this one. Check Charlotte's vision. It's cryo. It's on her thigh. Minigame. Things are too complicated for me. Well, let me at it, Felix. I'm ready to go. This
recent art vlog was a fun watch.
I'm gonna slay.
Thanks for comfy streams as always, less than 3.
Thanks, Peach. Thank you so much. Cry, I wonder what weapon she will have. I don't know. Imagine she's a claymore. I could imagine her being a claymore for some reason. But if not a claymore, maybe like I could also see her being a bow character. All right. Easy clap, surely. I don't want to say what's it called? I want to say Catalyst, but I feel like they wouldn't make her look so similar to Yanfei and also be a Catalyst. Alright. Does somebody say... What the freak? Oh. Restore... Oh. Okay. Does somebody say... Slay? Okay. So I'm trying to make all of them move, right? Cannot place. Okay. Okay. Don't think too hard. Actually, I don't mind this one. It just feels like it's so clunky. Like the mechanism is so clunky. At least it feels clunky. Okay, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to... Cannot place. Oh, you can swap these. Oh. I didn't see that part. Okay, there we go. Okay. It's like, oh, this is pretty hard for the first one. Whoa. I remember that card. Okay, so you can swap surfaces. Okay, so it's just 2 that can be swapped for now. Bunting. Conquest is next weekend. Yes, it is. Yep. I will not panic. I did it. Where? Just 2? Oh, locked. Okay. Heart of the dice. What's the point of having so many variations of the same tabletop game? Traveler, maybe give me a little warning next time? Are you here for the King of Invocations Grand Prix? Yes. Oh, this is a game designed by an adventurer from the guild. They say it's an innovative tabletop game that combines Genius Invocation TCG and combat. It's called Heart of the Dice. Since we're involved in organizing the King of Invocations Grand Prix, the guild decided to host a minigame inspired by adventurers. Okay. To be honest, I don't really understand it either. There's a rulebook here, though. Look how thick it is. The core gameplay mechanism of Heart of Dice would be to strategically use your dice. Wow. No way. Heart of Dice. Obtain Invocation Dice. Oh. Oh. Oh, I see. It's a lot of reading. I think I will just, Ooga boonga. Yep, I read every word of the rule book. Spread and aggravate? Yeah. Okay. I like that. I love spread and aggravate. Dignity! I will be vlogging Conquest. Yes. Yes. Should probably start doing that, honestly. What did I just do?
Yeah, the Temple of Wisdom.
Shine down. Stand with me. I'll settle this.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is no escape.
So am I supposed to do
Inazuma
something?
shines eternal.
It gives you buffs?
I see everything. Yeah.
Enshroud.
Enshroud! I.
Yeah.
Our bond is strong. Shine down.
This may hurt a little. Make yourselves at home. Yeah. Hey.
No, I haven't done the Yoi quest yet.
One with the forest. Rah.
I
hear everything.
My eyes!
Lightning terrified.
Everyone hold hands.
Keep forgetting to use its eyes.
Can't see. Yeah. Rah.
Whoa.
Now you shall perish.
I can't come to Conquest? Oh, I'm sorry. Can I reroll?
Hey.
I'll settle this.
The Temple of Wisdom.
Inazuma Karma shines eternal! Illusion shattered!
Keep up.
I mean, I feel like it's going well, so.
Let's nip that in the bud.
Out of my way! Now you shall perish!
Cold. Wow. I forgot event wasn't going to be all card stuff. Maybe I'll do it. Yes, it is not all card stuff. There's combat and puzzles and primos and an event shop. Weapon reward. Hey, that's pretty cute. That's pretty cute, I won't lie. I'll wait till everything is out so I can speedrun. I had to do that with the, oh. Okay, I can't do any more of that. What else can I do? Tour of Wonders. Okay, let's do this one. I always end up speedrunning. Tour of Wonders. Simply put, Adventures Guild has placed multiple scenic checkpoints at various locations across Mondstadt. Find the scenic checkpoints and mark your sightseeing handbook. Oh. Camera. Okay, camera. What a silly little minigame. Wait!
What's the hurry?
Musico. Stato. Did you guys see on TikTok the actually, I don't even know if I want to talk about it. It's a controversy happening within the K-pop, J-pop community. If someone guesses it, I will say, I will confirm. If you know what it is, if someone knows what it is already. Oh my gosh, I missed one. Ow, my eyes. The American Girl Group. Yeah, there's apparently a group of girls who want to start a stamp. I love stamps. So they're starting like an idol group, which is cool. Like I don't see any problem with that in and of itself. Obviously. Okay, last but not least, an actual TCG event or minigame. But it's like there's one girl who, when she introduces her, oh my gosh, she introduces herself and she uses like a kind of like a Japanese reminiscent accent to say the word strawberry. But like all their music is in English and she is white. So it just like felt kind of weird. Like if you're saying Japanese words and your music is in Japanese, I think that makes more sense. But if your music is in English and you speak English, and I don't know if she speaks Japanese or not, but saying English words with a Japanese accent when you're not Japanese is it's just like generic Asian. Like there's a, I think one of the girls in the group is Chinese. She uses like mahjong references in her like grading or whatever it was, but the white girl saying strawberry, strawberry, blueberry. Kind of took me out. I won't lie. Be yourself. Be who you are. Japanese idols say English words in songs. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I don't think that's the same thing, though. You will not use the deck that you've collected yourself. Instead, you will select 3 out of 8 incomplete decks. Oh. That's interesting. Yeah, that's not the same thing because Japanese, like, music groups are not trying to be American or any English speaking. Like, I think the reason there's English words in idol groups, like as used as a general term, is to appeal to like the Western audience. She's white. It's sparking a lot of discussion on TikTok. TikTok.
So you're the one I'll be playing against.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
a real competition this time, so you'd better be ready.
Amber jump scare. Woo! The start of each action phase post players will get 2 charges of energy and all character cards. Neither player will have to roll for own dice on the roll phase. Instead, the roll will be substituted by 4 Omni element. Oh. Serious showdown friendly frogos. I don't know. There's more to K-pop, J-pop, and speaking their language. It's very true. Yeah, it's an intent thing. Using different cultures for clout. Yeah, I haven't done Yomiya Quest yet. Recommended. Oh gosh, I feel so out of touch with TCG. I don't even know what to pick. I don't even know what these cards do. Physical. Storm Eye. Okay, basically the same. Sure, I've used Venti. I haven't used Venti in any respect. You struggled with Amber? Maybe I should go with Friendly first. Ocean I know is a strong card. I don't think I've ever used it. Deluge. Sure. Sure. My favorite, Oceanid. Equip this card, immediately use Searing Onslaught. Oh gosh, it's been an eternity. I feel like I never end up using the weapon, so I will just... Normal attack? Who would that be good for? Oceanid? Baby? I don't know. I feel like that's not that useful. Oh gosh. Okay. Switch to target character. That character uses a normal attack. Next time you perform a switch character, this consider... Okay, yeah, I remember this one. Set active character. Start with Oceanid.
There is no escape.
My turn. Insufficient energy? But I thought it was Omni dice. Oh, I haven't. Bruh.
Mirror the myriad.
The card requires. Oh, energy. Right. Okay. I forgot that the.
No one escapes my sights.
I forgot that this is energy, not the die. 3. Switch to target character. Actually, maybe I'll save that. Okay. Oh, it still uses a die though. Darn it.
Let's finish this swiftly.
I forgot how to play this game. I love Kazo Hard. It's so useful. Anyways. People being weird. Bye, Amber. Well, not yet, but.
Go, Baron Buddy!
What's this one? After character uses an elemental skill, K3 an elemental die of the same type. Dang, should I use it now? Actually, I'll use this. Just quickly take off the shield, I guess. Sure. Yes, it did mean Charlotte. It's a shame how TCG turned out. Yeah. I really do want... I want the best for TCG. Genuinely. I feel bad hitting Klee. Hey, Baron. I feel bad. I want TCG to be good. I really do. Skyward Sonnet is his skill?
Time for takeoff.
I don't know. Uh-oh. Good night. To me. Bye, Venti.
Oh, no. My lyre is broken.
Not his lyre.
Let's go.
I've been practicing really hard.
Well, I hope it was worth it. Sorry, Klee.
Yay, I did. Huh? No, wait.
Feel sad hitting Klee. Once per round. During this round, no, I'll end my turn. Oh, I guess I don't have a choice. I can switch. Yeah.
There is no escape.
Which game do you like? Oh, of the minigames? I really like the puzzle ones. Why would you switch to Amber? I guess you have a full skill. You can hit me first before you die. Yeah, I want TCG to be good.
No one escapes my
Yeah, okay, that's smart. No elemental reactions though.
You got me. Oh no. Now my thoughts are all jumbled up.
This is just the easy one. Goodness. End phase, heal all your characters for 1 HP. Or I could just do that. I think if I end my turn, I win. Because this will deal... Yeah. I do like... I mean... Star Rail in general has just opened me up to turn-based in general. And I do like the strategic part of
Whoa, you're so much better than everyone I've played against.
Wow, thank you, Amber. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the Star Rail. I totally forgot the Star Rail live stream is tonight. Or this morning. Next morning. What? It's in 6 hours. Shockingly, I will not be streaming it at the... No. I can't. I gotta take care of my health. So this is all that's left then, for the time being. I'll do the difficult one, maybe with a different one, different deck. I will sleep through it. As much as I honestly would like to, 4 AM is just such a not winnable time. It's too late to stay up, and it's too early to get up early. If it was at 2 AM, easy. Easy. Why is he standing like that? Yes, I would like to play. Yes, ma'am. I would like to play TCG. Thank you. You're not going to be up at 4 in the morning? Yeah, I'll stream it during the day. We'll do what we always do. I'll stream it during the daytime, and we can discuss.
So you're the one I'll be playing against. It's a real competition this time, so you'd better be ready.
It is, actually. Okay. I should probably just stick with what I have. And what I know. Yeah, I'm sleeping through the first live stream. Well... End phase. Collect all up to 2 unused dice. That's pretty helpful.
That moment when you're watching Genshin content for once in ages, but you're watching it while still grinding Star Rail lol.
Myth, thank you for the 100. Yeah, I understand that. Ray, thank you for the 8 months, if I didn't say that. I feel like I never end up using artifacts, but I guess if this is what... I guess if this is what's in the deck, I suppose I should do it. Equip. Talent, spend 1 less elemental die.
Let's finish this swiftly.
I see. So you start with 2.
Time for a showdown. No one escapes my sights.
It makes Amber pretty strong for this, honestly. Well, that'll be that from you, ma'am. Sorry.
Yeah. You got... Huh?
Do you play near? No.
Let's dance.
What's my major? It's funny. Maybe you're asking in past tense. Oh, she's gonna ult on me. Oh no, I get to go first. My major when I was in college. Oh my gosh. 5 years ago?
I got C5 Carrara and got her to level 80
Was-
already, and also C4 Jean whilst wishing whoop
Sheesh. Sheesh. I was 2 of these, my goodness. I feel like I should switch, but I don't have anything to like quick switch. Actually, let me do this first. Vaporize. Oh no.
Jumpy, jumpy, go!
Give me a moment to compose myself.
Blazing delight!
That's it? That's all I did? Wow.
Think you can get away?
Boom. Ow. Oh, it's incremental, I see. Alright, it's alright. We got his ult on the field at least.
My lyre is...
My
I've been
lyre.
practicing really hard.
Yeah, the animations are sick. A little OT when I start. She forgot to finish the sentence. Oh. When I was a college student, I majored in communication. Nice. I can't decide if I like the Omni dice or not. Well, I guess it just makes it a different experience. Equip this card. Wait, you take damage from it? Is it because it inflicts you with Hydro? Because of Clay's effect. I see. I see. Worth or not worth? Oh, it's gonna take damage anyway. Whatever. Let's use it.
River carving.
Yeah. Boom.
Ready, steady, go!
Nice. It's kind of helpful.
I'll protect us.
Oh no. I might lose. What does this do? Oh, creates mimics. Right. End phase, collect up to 2 unused dice. When action phase begins, reclaim the dice you collected using this card. I feel like I just need more cards. I might be dead. This is like the first time that the what the? Ayo. Okay. that the like higher difficulty stuff is actually quite difficult. During this round, character takes -3 damage. Heals a target for 1 HP. Deals +2 damage if character's remaining HP is less than 6. No quick swap option either. Dang. Does this give a shield? No. Yeah, TCG is just turn-based engine. Yep, basically.
In the image of the wilderness.
Oh no.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Don't switch.
There can be no excuse or defeat.
She's gonna ult me. Dang, this was hard.
Water will never disappear.
No. Dang. It's like actually hard. I love this card game. I hope they make it into a real RPG open world game one day. Imagine. That would be crazy. Imagine seeing those burst animations in real life. Oh, complete. Oh. Complete a duel. Oh, so you don't actually have to win. Wait, you don't have to win? You just have to play a duel? You get one. There's one for achieving victory. Wow. Gensha said there will be no competition. Competition? Not in my open world RPG. Oh, right. Forgot I wanted to raise something. Whose weapon is it? That's 90. This song is so nice. Where is it? Oh, this. Oh, dang it. It'd be so nice if you didn't have to go to a crafting table to do this. What's your ER and AM on Kave? Good question. He's not done. Where is he? 172.
Where's my key?
And EM is 904. I do want to get his ER a little bit higher. I think. Copy. Bye. Well, that's that. TCG, baby. That's right. Who's using that Favonius? Travel. I'm getting sleepy. Probably gonna call it after this. I know it's a bit of a shorter stream, but that is kind of just gonna be how it is until after Conquest. After Conquest, I'll be able to breathe again. Just trying to get everything done before then. This is a certified dark iron used as fodder. No, I used dark iron as fodder 100 years ago. I didn't even know dark iron existed until it was already gone. How do you recommend leveling Nari's talents? That's a good question. I would focus on his normal attack and his ult primarily. I think normal attack is most important. But honestly, they're all really good. Like, he's totally a triple crown candidate. So probably I would focus on normal, burst after that, and then skill. Skill is good, but it serves more of a utility purpose than it is like a talent advancement, because it infuses his autos, or it allows him to like charge attack real quick. So that would be lowest priority, but honestly, you could do all three. Normal attack first though, for sure. Just level all of them. Just full investment. Don't think, just level.
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
How much defense do you need on Yunjin? As much as you can muster. As much as you can get, honestly. I have 2,300 on mine. Is there artifacts? Defense, defense, defense. Defense. All you really need on her is defense, crit rate if you're using Favoni's Lance, and energy recharge. That's it. Very simple. I put deathmatch on her. I did have her. I had her on deathmatch for a long time, and I also kind of used her as hybrid DPS. But it doesn't synergize very well with the 4-piece. I use 2-piece husk, 2-piece freaking you know, this one emblem. And with deathmatch, and it was pretty fun. But for like general use, 5 lance, husk, 4-piece. Skill is nice. See, like, look, I really invested. I have ult is really the most important thing. You could build Yunjin and only level up her ult, and that would be fine.
Dodge this.
Skill is more of like a, it's also utility, being able to parry attacks and stuff. Yeah, Yunjin's 4 normal attacks are so cool. She does have good normal attacks.
Meow. Meow.
Break a leg. Why is Sanu using a level 1 weapon? Well, that would be because he doesn't use it. When did I get this? I got it pulling for Dea's weapon. I think, Miss, yeah. Miss Youngling has my leveled up one. Unfortunately, I'm not a Sino gamer. What if you in the water? No! Cat gatos don't like water. Checks out. Checks out. Alright, guys. Good night from me and our new cat girl. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys got your drops. I'm gonna try to get some good sleep tonight. And those of you who are going to Conquest, or slash are interested in merch, I will have an official full detail merch announcement going out on Twitter. Hopefully tomorrow. Tomorrow, during the day, we will watch the Star Rail live stream and probably play Star Rail and Jedi Survivor.
Whoa, the scenery here is wonderful.
At least Star Rail. Jedi Survivor, questionable.
I've landed the perfect job.
Check out the indie games of Conquest. Yes, I will be roaming around at Conquest. I'm supposed to kind of roam in incognito, but we'll just see how it goes. Okay. Sayonara. Good night, peoples. See you around.